Hello, and welcome to our podcast. Today, we're going to be talking about what you need to be prepared for when you go into high school. We're here with,
Chris Kostarf.
And Ethan Hunter.
and I'm Logan Mosley. Now, Ethan, tell us about our first segment.
The first segment is how to study easier and what type of ways you should study, even which types of ways you should study but that are easier and better for you. A couple different ways you can study is just talking with a friend. Just talking with a friend about some of the topics you're going over in class is an easy way to lose track of time and go over certain topics that maybe might not be as enjoyable as you going over by them yourselves. There are also different sites like Quizlet. You can also make flashcards for some of them, which is a very easy way to study if you don't feel like conversing or talking with other people. It's an easy way to study without having to talk to other people if you're more of a loner.
And here are some other tips about studying. You can also get help from a family member and other relatives that could possibly know about studying. You can also walk through some practice questions by yourself, which is a more inevitable and reliable way to study. You can also get a better understanding, but there can be a lot of distractions like sports and stuff. Like I play baseball, which really takes away time from studying.
Like what Chris said, baseball takes up a lot of your time. After an hour or two practice, you're going to be very tired and you're not going to want to study. But it's just you need to have self-motivation to want to study and want to get good grades in school because it can affect the amount of time you get to play baseball and whether your parents let you play baseball or whether you can even play baseball because of your GPA and your grades.
Another thing that can really take up your time is having a job. Having a job takes up almost your entire afternoon. When you get home, you're very exhausted. You also have to plan around having that job for things that are due. Make sure to try to do your work as soon as you get it.
Also, if you don't get your studying in it can affect your social life. It'll take away time from your friends and stuff like that because you have to study and put in the work to get good grades to stay in school. So your social life will take a big hit from not studying and doing your work on time and turning in your assignments on time.
The next segment is about knowing when to pay attention in class.
1, 2, 3, eyes on me.
1, 2, eyes on you.
One way to know that you need to pay attention in class is when your teacher is at the front teaching. Usually, when a teacher's teaching, it's something important. Maybe it's something that you'll need to know to pass the test. Note-taking is a great way to jot down ideas about what they've been talking about. That way you don't forget. Lectures are a great way to learn and even study later in life.
Most times teachers will put their online resources out, so study materials, notes, slideshows, they'll put out those so that way you have a resource to go back to for study guides. Most teachers will give out study guides, but once you get to the college level, they won't. So you're going to want to take those study guides and actually study them because most teachers will basically base the whole entire test off that study guide.
Some other ways that could help is you can jot down some notes from the study guide, like Ethan said, which is most likely based off the test. Here are some things that'll happen if you don't pay attention in class. Not paying attention in class can cause you to lose a lot of lessons and knowledge from the teacher. There can be many distractions in class, but you have to want to learn and listen to what the teacher is saying.
This next segment is going to be about some of the big tests you need to prepare for later in your high school career. Some of the big tests are going to be the ACT, the mock ACT, the PSAT, and the SAT. Also, your ENDLI exams of both semesters throughout your high school career in different classes.
Start of your 9th grade year, you'll get a break. You'll get used to the fact that you have to take semester exams in your first semester and your last semester. Now, I would suggest getting a good night's sleep for both of them. Study a little bit, and then go in the morning, take the test, be prepared.
Your 9th grade year is going to be very nonchalant as there's only going to be a couple major tests, which is your end of year exams and your end of the first semester exams. You're going to get used to a normal schedule in your 9th grade year, so you're not going to be as used to when you're going into your 10th grade year, which is going to have more exams throughout the year, which aren't just your end of year exams.
In the 10th grade, when you first get to choosing your classes, you have a choice of AP classes for the first time ever. AP classes come with an extra test right at the end of the year. You have to review everything that you've ever learned in that class for the entire year and then take a test on it. This is why early on you should be sure that you're studying, writing down your notes, and understanding the material.
In the 11th grade, you will face more serious tests like the ACT, which can affect your future life if you want to go to a specific college. There will be a lot of big tests throughout high school that can help you and get you into colleges, which is a good thing for athletes like me because I want to go to college for baseball.
Now on to your 12th grade year. Most of the exams are going to be not as hard and not as important as previous years. You're going to want to maintain a good GPA because colleges are going to still be looking at you and they don't want to see your grades dropping later in your high school career. So you want to maintain a good GPA throughout your whole high school career and make sure you finish it off strong in 12th grade.